Just seeing how else I can get set up. Getting all the relevant chats set up. Can't say I've ever done this too much before. So I'm going to try to stay on top of chats and everything. So yeah. So I'm sure you've seen all those ads for those Gear-It guitars. I got another one to unbox here. This isn't going to be sponsored or anything. This is one of their single cut guitars, I believe. The Gear-It guitar I currently have, that I've made a couple videos about, is this Gear-It Stratocaster style guitar. I did the initial unboxing and everything with this guitar. Oop. Mute my live stream on YouTube. There you go. I did the initial unboxing with this guitar, and honestly, I was pretty impressed for the price. You know, it's like $100 guitar, what, 115 or something, and it's got some features that are kind of surprising in guitars of this price point. Like the frets are rounded, the pickups really aren't that bad. There wasn't any major setup work that I had to do to get it playable out of the box. I ended up doing a ton of upgrades to this, so the bridge has been upgraded, I've replaced knobs, I've replaced the tuners, all just for fun because these were parts I had lying around. But yeah, I'm going to do another video kind of going over the stuff I did to this guitar. But yeah, I think these are pretty cool guitars for the price. And I wanted to check another one out, and they're pretty cheap and easy, so I got another one in a box over there. Figured I'd jump on a quick live here on a Friday night, and we'd crack into that thing, see what it's all about, and then kind of decide what we want to do with it. I don't know if I'm going to mod it or what I want to do with that guitar. If you hear some noise, it's the baby monitor I have in the background. My son is fighting going to sleep right now. But yeah, my name's Philip. This is a channel called Turtle Studios. It's mainly guitar and music variety content. Really just guitar more than anything. Yeah, I got a lot of guitars. It's a fun hobby. I play live at church regularly, and yeah. Alright, so without further ado, let's crack into this guy, see what it's all about. I'm going to step off screen here real quick and get a knife to open this box with. Hopefully everyone can still hear me. I've got this fancy lavalier mic on, so I should be able to be heard as I walk around. And yeah, hopefully everyone's having a good Friday night. Hopefully everyone had a halfway decent week. Always crazy. We just had another kid ourselves, and a baby, so my wife and I are a bit out of it sleep-wise, but sort of getting the evenings to ourselves and stuff. It's always fun. Currently getting all the kids to bed. They're still fighting it. It's how it goes. But yeah, so this is, what's it called? They call this this is the Valley series guitar. And if I'm not mistaken, the Strat style guitar is their Canyon series. Actually, I want to look that up. Now I'm curious. Yeah, so the Strat style is the Canyon series, the GI-150, and then the GI-155 is the Valley series. Very interesting. Cool. So yeah, I'd imagine these guitars are all made in, you know, whatever other factory all the other cheap guitars are made in, you know, Donner, Glary, all the brands you see circulating around the internet, Google, YouTube, all that stuff. But what really makes or breaks these cheap instruments is the quality assurance, the test you get, and then just luck, really. You know, when they're making guitars in this price point, you have to understand a big part of what they cut is going to be the quality assurance check. You know, there's not going to be as many people hands-on with these guitars. So the odds of you getting something that could be considered a lemon are maybe a little bit higher. But yeah, like I said, that Strat over there I was pretty impressed with, so we'll see what we think about this single cut style guitar they got. Plug it in, play it a little bit, have some fun. I believe this is going to be a blue guitar. Who doesn't like a nice blue guitar? Get it up on the table here now that we got all the cardboard out. And then yeah, let me know what you would do with this guitar. So I of course have sort of an abundance of guitars behind me. I already have a pretty decent little single cut guitar. I don't know why I said little, but I have one of these Firefly guitars as my sort of Les Paul style guitar. So I don't necessarily have a want or a need of a single cut. So I might modify this or something, but we'll see. So right out of the box, you get a couple different accessories, which are pretty cool. You get this little tiny practice amp. I have the same one over there from my Stratocaster. Show this on camera real quick. There's nothing too impressive about this. It's a little Bluetooth speaker, basically, that functions as an amp. Notably, though, these are, they're not super loud, but they don't sound bad by any means. You know, they're not noisy or anything. You know, for a little Bluetooth speaker that acts as a guitar amp, I can't say I was disappointed. Yeah, pretty cool. Definitely something you could practice with at bedroom levels, or even you know, take to a buddy's house or something to play around with. You get the usual bag of accessories. Let's crack this open and see what's in here. I don't think it's going to be anything too much different than what we got before. But it's always good when they include stuff like this, especially in starter kits, because this is all stuff you'll probably need. So you have a polishing cloth, good stuff to have, a little Allen key in the pouch for the adjustments, of course an extra set of strings, cheap strings but nice that they include it, a little clip-on tuner, cheap little strap, a cheap cable. So this is one area I've seen other manufacturers in this price point do a little better with, like Donner specifically gives you a much nicer cable out of the box. This is a cheaper cable. It'll get the job done, but if you were a beginner, this is something you'd probably want to upgrade. I keep them around and honestly just use them as stuff for soldering work. I can cut them down and make custom patch cables, but yeah. And then a little bag of picks, which, you know, always nice to have around. And then it comes with the instruction manual and how you do string changes and all that fun stuff. Take a little drink of my tea here. What's everyone having this evening? To say sometimes on a Friday night I do the bourbon thing, but it just didn't feel like the kind of night for that. So another cool thing about these Gurit guitars is, you know, the gig bag you get is actually pretty nice. So where they don't necessarily give you a nicer cable, they do give you a semi-nice-ish gig bag, which I'd prefer them to put the little bit of extra money into. You know, you hear people on YouTube and guitar review channels and stuff call these dust covers on these cheap guitars. This is definitely a little bit more substantial than that. It's got some padding. You could definitely take the guitar to and from a friend's house or something in this and not have any real concerns. And it's got, you know, a couple different pouches that you can store some things in. So definitely nice they include something halfway decent here. I'm going to blow my nose real quick. I'm going to figure out how to mute. All right, there we go. That's some professional audio work right there. Anyways, so getting back into the unbagging now of this guitar. And if you're just tuning in, I'll mention the stuff again. My name's Philip. This is a channel called Turtle Studios. I do variety sort of guitar content. Trying to be a little more active with it and all that good stuff. And right now we're hanging out and unboxing affordable style guitar from a brand called Gearit. I find these to be, you know, pretty impressive in the price point. You know, they're not going to blow you away, but they're better than like what's the one original brand Glary. They're better than the Glary guitars I've tried in the past. The fit and finish is usually pretty nice. So here is the first reveal. So yeah, the color's pretty cool on this, honestly. It's got sort of like this matte finish, but it's got a nice texture to it. I'll probably do some more detailed review videos. It's not going to show up very nicely on this. Tap the mic there. It's not going to show up super nicely on this webcam. So stay tuned if you want to see some more in-depth thoughts and opinions on this. Cool. Yeah, the finish is pretty good. And then I actually have to take a bit of a break here. I need to go help with a kid. So we're going to figure out how to pause this stream briefly, and then we'll be right back. So stay tuned for about 10 or 15 minutes, and I'll be back.